The fro is here. Guys, I'm so excited. This is officially my first Talk Money with Tonya with my afro. First I had the press out, then I had braids, and now the afro is officially here. Welcome to Talk Money with Tonya, where we discuss your most pressing financial questions and help you create a life as fabulous as you. Today we're talking traveling on a budget. I'm obviously dressed appropriately for this conversation. If you follow me on social media, you're aware that I recently snagged a round trip ticket from New York City to Cartagena, Colombia for $71. How'd I do it? Airline miles. Last year when I flew to Dubai and Ghana, I flew on Emirates Airline. Emirates just so turns out to be a partner with JetBlue. Once I finished my trip to Dubai and Ghana, once I got back home, I called up JetBlue and let them know I had just completed a trip on one of their partner airlines and I wanted the miles deposited from that trip into my JetBlue account. It took them about 2 to 3 weeks to do it, but once they did, that single trip earned me enough miles to travel round trip for one trip on JetBlue Airlines. So I wanted to share with you a few tips on how you can cut costs and travel on a budget the way I've done. The first thing to do is make sure that you're signed up for the frequent flyer program for any airline you fly. Make your money work for you. If you're spending money on this ticket, or if a company is spending money on the ticket, make sure that you're getting miles deposited into your frequent flyer account that you can use later. The next thing you want to do is become familiar with the program. Did you know that you can earn airline miles for ordering flowers for Mother's Day? Or from re-upping on your Sephora purchases? There's so many other ways that you can be earning airline miles. So make sure that you're capitalizing on those other opportunities. The next way to travel on a budget is if you have credit cards. Credit cards are another great way to begin accumulating miles. Just make sure that the perks for the card outweigh the cost for the card, because mileage cards tend to have a higher annual fee that's not waived. For instance, I also have an American Airlines card and I get free baggage check for me and a companion when I check in. So that's $50. The annual fee is $95. By the time I travel twice in a year, which I'm definitely going to do, I've basically negated that $95 annual fee and I get my miles. But just make sure that the mileage programs make sense for you and don't get caught up in the weighted sign-on bonuses. Because if you struggled with credit in the past, you might have a difficult time dealing with the $3,000, $5,000 minimum buy that is required to take advantage of that sign-up bonus. I don't want you getting into credit card trouble to go on a discount trip, because there are other ways. The next way is make sure that you're signed up for The Flight Deal. The Flight Deal is a website that specializes in helping people travel for the low. Sign up for The Flight Deal's Twitter alerts if you have Twitter. I get their alerts to my phone. So whenever there's a super low fare, I know about it. And I have money that I put aside into a side account for travel so that when I do see a fare that's just irresistible, I can transfer that money over and from my travel savings fund into my bank account. That way it's not affecting my normal spending or my normal budget. The last thing I want you to do is think about accommodations when you get there. Say you aren't able to find a cheap flight and you just gotta go somewhere. When you get there, there are still ways to cut down by staying in non-traditional lodging options. One of my favorite is Airbnb. I've stayed in Airbnb in Puerto Rico, I stayed in Airbnb in France, and I'll be staying in an Airbnb when I go to Cartagena. When you check into these accommodations, this is just a smart traveler tip. Make sure you hit the local grocery store up. Get breakfast or pick up a few items for lunch. So instead of dining out each and every meal, each and every day of that trip, you can opt to cook breakfast 3 or 4 days, or you can opt to fix your own lunch, or you can do both. But that saves you a lot of money by not eating out the entire time you're on that trip. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, Tonya@myfabfinance.com. Until next time, stay fab.